Hello everyone and welcome to another review episode from GadMode, and today we will be unboxing and reviewing the latest offering from Xiaomi, which is the Redmi Note 4. So Xiaomi is out with the 4th generation of the Redmi Note in India. The Redmi Note 4 in typical Xiaomi fashion is all about top tier specifications at a very reasonable price. So what we feel is that it's the very same old phone with very minor changes. In fact, one look at the specification sheet and there would be many who would say that the Redmi Note 4 is a little underpowered. So without wasting much more time on the specification on the paper, we'll just go forward and look what are the contents of the box. So as soon as you open the lid of the box, the first thing that you're going to notice is this magnificent looking phone that just looks like Redmi Note 3, but it is not. Actually, it has a curved 2.5D glass on the front, and the back actually has this polished antenna lines which differentiate it from the previous version, which is the Redmi Note 3. Now this is a nice thing because there was not much to complain about the design elements of the Redmi Note 3 anyways. Now coming to the other contents of the box, we have this user manual here which is shipped in with all the other phones, like it's a normal thing, and we have this warranty card over here, and then we have this charger. Now the company claims that this phone has a quick charging, but the point here is that the quick charging is limited up to 5 volts and 2 amperes, which is equivalent to around the quick charging 2.0. Now this essentially means that it is going to take at least 2 hours to fully charge the 4100 mAh battery that comes along with this phone. The charging cable is a normal micro USB type, and then we have the SIM card ejector tool that can be used to eject the SIM card slot to insert a SIM and a memory card, or whatever feels like as per our convenience. Now coming to the build and design of the phone, as I had mentioned earlier, Redmi Note 4 follows the Redmi Note 3 very closely when it comes to design. The front panel of the Redmi Note 4 is very much similar to the Redmi Note 3s, with similar capacitive navigation buttons below the display and slim borders around it, but the 2.5D curved edge glass is what differentiates the both of these phones, and the all metal body feels very much sturdy, and when compared to the Redmi Note 3, the rear panel of the Redmi Note 4 is less slippery. So overall these design elements have improved. Now at the bottom, the Redmi Note 4 has a speaker grill, and although it is a single speaker, there are two sets of grills for the sake of symmetry. At the top you shall find the 3.5mm jack and an IR blaster, which was also there in the previous version. The power and volume buttons are on the right, and they offer decent tactile feedback, which is great. Needless to say, this gives the device a premium look. Now the SIM card slot is on the left, and you can either put one SIM card with one microSD card or two SIM cards in the SIM tray. Now this is the problem that most of the users face when it comes to hybrid SIM card slots, for not having the freedom to use two SIMs and a microSD at one time. Now coming to the part where the Redmi Note 4 looks very much similar to the Redmi Note 3 is the similar capacitive navigation buttons that we could see in the Redmi Note 3. Now these are just below the screen, and the slim borders around it also look very much same as if it has been taken straight away from the Redmi Note 3. And on top of the screen there is this 5 megapixel front facing camera. This is something similar to what we can see in the Redmi Note 3. Now coming to the back panel of the phone, it has this camera, the dual LED flashlight and the fingerprint sensor. Now Redmi Note 3 featured ungainingly plastic at the top and bottom, but this is not the case with the Note 4. Note 4 is entirely made up of aluminum. The antenna lines that run across the back also gives this a much more upmarket feel. Now speaking of the software and the user interface of the phone, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 runs on the Xiaomi's latest MIUI 8, that is based on Android 6.1 Marshmallow, and it comes with a host of updates. And during one of the launch events in China, Xiaomi announced that the rollout of the Android 7.0 Nougat preview will be available for MI fans soon, but the launch date was not yet confirmed. So MIUI 8 is Xiaomi's biggest release in a long time, and introducing the much needed visual fare along with the new customization options. The skin is very much attractive, and the phone is currently on the December security patch. Now we should admit the fact that setting up of the Redmi Note 4 is a hassle, as the MIUI does not offer a way to restore apps and settings. So you shall have to manually install the apps from the Play Store after booting into the phone. And another issue with the phone is the settings, which is a jumbled mess in its current iteration. I mean, the normal settings that you would find on other Android phones are actually missing, and the ones that are available are also located on places where you least expect it to be. For example, if you want to go to enable installation of the applications from outside the Play Store, which is actually useful in your installing third-party applications, then you'll have to go to settings and then additional settings, then privacy, and then unknown sources. On most of the other phones, it's very much simple. It's just you have to go to the settings and then security and then unknown sources, and then you're done, you're ready to go. But this is not the case with the MIUI, and I felt that this is somewhere is, at some point of time you'll get disappointed with the long route that you have to take. And again, the lock screen notifications are a hit and a miss in the MIUI 8. While we receive the normal notifications from the applications like Gmail and WhatsApp, it's like it doesn't come in a systematic serial order from the top. And on the subject of notification, the MIUI 8 has a retooled notification shade that shows quick toggles and incoming messages in the same place. So you can actually expand the notifications by doing a zoom in gesture, and it's not the best solution actually when you are using the phone with one hand, because you won't be able to balance it while zooming in. And with that being said, MIUI 8 has a ton of new features and customizability options. And there is this dual apps which lets you run two instances of the same application, and you can see this same feature in MI Max also, which we have covered in our other review video about the MI Max. And the main advantage of the dual apps is that it will allow you to run to WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram or whatever application you want to make a second copy of. And other great feature in MIUI 8 is the second space, where you can set up two profiles on the same phone, with each featuring a different home screen. The profiles are sandboxed and then they use their own distinct data, but you get the option to move between your own profiles and even move the data between your own profiles. So that's in something kind of interesting. And the best part is that MIUI 8 also offers video editing tools in the gallery app. Now there is this new power saving mode also that lets you conserve your battery, and there is a kickball feature that lets you access shortcuts with ease. So you can take scrolling screenshots and convert currency and other units on the fly, like meter to centimeter and meter to inch or feet or whatever it is. Now that this is a device with 5.5-inch screen, Xiaomi has taken into consideration the convenience factor for its customers and thereby went ahead and introduced the one-handed mode, which is accessible with a left to right swipe, and or vice versa, means you can swipe from left to right or right to left with a gesture across the navigation keys. So this will actually shrink the screen size down to 4 inches or 4.5 or even 3.5 inches, thereby making it more convenient to use the phone one-handedly. Now this is something that comes in handy when you don't have both your hands free to hold the phone. Not only this, Xiaomi has also several other offers and features for the Indian market. For example, the dialer includes the caller ID information for most of the delivery staff for Amazon, Domino's, Zomato and other brands, thereby making it easier for you to identify incoming calls. Now coming to the fingerprint sensor on the phone, it is the same as the one we can see in the Redmi Note 3. So the issue here with the fingerprint sensor is that it works well, but most of the time when you have a greasy or sweaty finger, it tends to not detect your fingerprint. But otherwise, the fingerprint unlocking is very much precise and it is definitely not going to disappoint you. Now coming to the camera of the phone, as we had mentioned earlier, this is a 13 megapixel shooter that we have in the rear of the phone, and the camera does a pretty decent job in taking photos in well lit conditions, and the resulting images are full of detail and offer saturated colors, and you get even more detail while shooting in the HDR, but doing so takes slightly longer to shoot the images, which means the shutter speed gets reduced to some extent. And there are plenty of modes to choose in the camera app, including beautify, panorama, manual, and etc, etc. In the scenes mode, the device lets the users choose from loads of options, including portrait, landscape, sports, night portrait, beach, snow, and all. So the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 camera app can record videos at full HD 1080p resolution, and the quality is pretty good. So this is something worth a praise for a phone which you're getting at the price range of around 11,000 rupees. And this is very much evident from the fact that Xiaomi has focused its efforts on improving the camera quality on the Redmi Note 4 after the complaints that they received about the camera quality on the previous version, which is the Redmi Note 3. And it's pretty much clear that things are getting better. So the question here remains that should you be upgrading from Redmi Note 3 to a Redmi Note 4? Well, what we feel is that the Redmi Note 4 is a slightly better phone than the Redmi Note 3 in almost all the aspects, but still, it's not a so big upgrade that should be compelling the Redmi Note 3 users to make a switch, unless and of course they really want to make a switch. But then there is this fact that Redmi Note 3 is still the best phone, and with the best specifications that come under 10,000 rupees. um, but there are certain plus points with the Redmi Note 4, just like the 2.5D curved glass display, and the better rear camera, and a better battery life when you compare to Redmi Note 3. So that entirely depends upon the preference of the customer as to what they are actually looking for in a smartphone. So if you people really feel that the Redmi Note 4 is a better phone than the previous version, which is the Redmi Note 3, please do put in your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Do give a thumbs up for this video, and we'll be out soon with a comparison video of the Redmi Note 3 with the Redmi Note 4, a face-to-face comparison, wherein we'll cover all the aspects of the phone. And please do share this video, subscribe to our channel for much more interesting videos.